Hey everybody, it's Walter Montero here from Coldwell Banker. Just wanted to talk to you a little bit about how these new mortgage rules have affected the real estate market. As you all know, July the 9th, Jim Flaherty implemented some new mortgage rules that we have to follow. So I just wanted to make sure that you guys were clear as to how these rules have actually affected the market. Let's take a look at the old rules first so we can understand the new ones. The old rules basically stated that we could use 44% of our income, or otherwise known as our TDS ratio, towards our mortgage payment. So 44% of your gross income could be used towards your mortgage payment, your taxes, and your heat. There was no GDS ratio at all, so there was no differentiating between your other debts and your mortgage debts. You can just compile them all together. And the maximum amortization rate that the payment could be calculated on was 30 years. So that's the way the old rules were before July the 9th. After July the 9th, the new rules are the total allowable TDS is still 44%, but now the government wants us to differentiate between our mortgage debt to all of our debts. So that means that only 39% of our income now can be used towards servicing a mortgage payment and the taxes and the heat. Okay, and the maximum amortization rate is now only 25 years as opposed to 30. Okay, so what does all this mean? Let me show you by using an example with a $300,000 purchase price and a 5% down payment and a 3.2% interest rate. Under the old rules, down payment, of course, is $15,000, which is 5% of 300. The mortgage amount would be $293 or $407.50. That's of course including the CMHC fee, and the monthly payment would be $1,265.51. So if you entered into an agreement like that, the income required from a family in order to afford this home would be $44,500 or $44,059.36 a year. And that's, of course, as I said, taking into consideration taxes and heat. Under the new rules, the down payment, of course, doesn't change because that wasn't affected. And of course, the mortgage amount doesn't change either because that still needs to be mortgaged. But now the monthly payment goes to $1,418.22, which is $153 more, or a little bit over $153 more. But here's the big kicker. The required income for a family to be able to qualify for that is now $54,406.77. A big difference between the two. Now, what does that mean for the same family that could afford a $300,000 house before July the 9th? Well, that basically means that they can only afford just under a $230,000 house today. That's 23.6% less. Substantial. There's no question about it. So these new rules are basically equivalent to about a 1% rate hike. What kind of impact will this have on the market? Well, time will tell, but I can tell you just from my personal experience, we are noticing that buyers are being far more aggressive on what they're looking for, and sellers are hitting a bit of a stalemate in terms of being able to get agreements. So all things considered, I think this is definitely going to have a downward pressure on the market, and let's see what happens. Hopefully everything will turn out okay. But if you have any questions or concerns about this process, please give me a call anytime. You can reach me here at the office, 519-624-9222, or you can reach me out via email at walter@maximumresults.ca. Hope you're having a great day, and we'll talk to you later.